We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with MULN stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. continuing to pull down lower, and we have some key levels to talk about, as well as some news that recently came out while the stock has been pulling back, which is actually great news in the bigger picture. But we still need to discuss some things we want to be aware of with MULN stock, and I've stated it in previous videos before. But in today's video, we're going to break it all down. And within today's volatility, MULN stock was not the only stock pulling lower or sitting sideways. The overall market did as well. And our SPY bot at 11:30 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside and full weakness there on 42 vision. And within minutes, put options went up 200% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to the bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with MULN stock trying to consolidate here and hold itself up above the 25-cent support. That is critical, and it tried bringing itself back up towards 30 cents even today at the bell, and it rejected. And we're going to break it all down, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So our first home run was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bear indicator since 11:20 a.m., and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 400% plus within an hour, guys. And our second home run was SNTG. We caught this one early on in the pre-market, pulling downwards and consolidating towards the bell. Inflow started to pick up, got that bull indicator and full strength on 42 vision, and within minutes it jumped up 30% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with MULN stock, Mullen Automotive Inc. And as we stated earlier in the video, fighting to stay above that key support down here of 25 cents. And right now in the after hours, trying to bring itself back up to 28 cents, and it rejected it in the middle of the day. And in today's video, we're going to break it all down and what's going on here and what article just came out recently with big news with MULN stock. So let's pull up the bull and bear indicators and the inflow versus outflow, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to the bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are. It's been under a bear indicator, MULN stock, since 40 cents up here, back on the 2nd of November, hit a dip area, try to bring itself back up, quickly rejected again, no bull indicator, and the outflows have been below the midpoint since way back here on October 25th. And I talked about this and emphasized, even if it tries to bring itself back up, and even if a bull indicator pops up, if these inflows did not pick up, this could turn out to be a fake out, and these outflows could actually weigh in on the charts and bring it down with it. And here we are, right? It has broken through support of 50 cents, 48 cents, and it's been falling down, and here we are down below 30 cents. And we need to talk about some key resistance levels to the upside here today. But let's talk about this article that came out just a few days ago and how this is huge news in the bigger picture for MULN stock. So we have headlines coming out stating Mullen Automotive Inc. MULN stock could be sitting on a gold mine. And we're going to talk about why they state this in this article heading. So you have it here. MULN stock, MULN MULN just eliminated 13 million of debt. Now, When it announced it that morning, it eliminated 13 million in debt, bringing its overall indebtedness to less than 10 million compared to over 30 million last year. So the stock is growing, it's expanding, it's getting a location, right? And then on top of that, it's making its debt go down. So this is huge, guys, because the stock is growing, right, as a company, and then its debt is becoming less. But now, what does it need? And this is the key thing I've talked about in many different videos. It needs revenue, right? It needs its actual product to go out there, not just on an assembly line, not just at these, strikingly different tours, if not out on the road and actually bringing in numbers and revenue, right? But it's been working its way towards this, and every step of the way it's getting closer, guys. And this is huge because right now MULN stock is not just receiving this news this week, but this just came out yesterday in the aftermarket hours, and it states here, did Mullen Automotive just score its second GM veteran? Okay, they're talking about here, before joining Mullen, Lower spent over 30 years working at General Motors under several different roles. Look, this is becoming very, very interesting how all these GM veterans and people with experience and directors are coming over to Mullen, trying to make Mullen the next American, quote-unquote, EV company. Not just Tesla to compete with it, but also right now trying to form that foundation, right? We got Lucid out there, we have Tesla, but also Mullen is trying to be that American look. Think about it. They took that stake in Bollinger Motors, and right now, when you look at the models, they look like Jeeps and Hummers, and that's very American as it could get. And then they're getting some directors and executives that have lots of years, right, decades of years in GM, coming on over and trying to be part of the team. And right now, they announced that it's going to be the director of product marketing and planning for Mullen Automotive. If you think about it, you got GM, you got Ford, all of these compete, and they're known as the American, right, brands, and they're coming on over to Mullen, right? That is very interesting to me. I don't know what that means to you, and this could be just speculation and my personal opinion and perspective, but it doesn't get more concrete than a possible product, an actual product that delivers in the future, with GM directors coming on over and then getting the Hummer look, that Jeep look, and they're trying to focus also on vans. Think about that as well. What vans are the cargo vans out there that a lot of delivery services use? They're usually the Ford Transit, and they also have Chevy versions of it, right? So that's something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and look here at the charts, man. This is pretty cool. While the stock is falling, though, that is not exciting, but all of this is happening, all this good news, while the stock continues to range between the 20 and 50 cent range. Once it gets back over 50 or back over a dollar, it's going to be huge. But the longer this stays below a dollar, I do want to make everyone aware, especially newer investors that have never gone through a reverse split, that the stock is at risk of having a reverse split. What it does is it makes the float smaller. So some people like that. Some people don't like that, because what it does is dilute shareholders, because what they do is for every, let's say, for example, X a number of stocks, they give you one share. And then when it gives you that one share, you have less shares. And then the stock could also try to hold itself up or even come back down towards $1. And after dilution and falling, that is very, very hard on shareholders. So sometimes reverse splits is to save the stock, to go ahead and make the float smaller, and also NASDAQ compliant. So something to keep in mind. I've broken it down before. I don't think it's something to discuss just yet, unless there's actual news that comes out of nowhere. But they have a deadline, and it's months from now. So I'll be talking about that again the longer the stock stays below a dollar. So right now, support is 25 cents. If that gets broken through, the next support I'll be watching is 20 cents. We're under a bear indicator. These outflows continue to dominate here on the 30-minute. I'm going to be watching if it could come closer to the midpoint or even cross it. And if it does, it could start reflecting in the chart like it did back here on October 24th, that when it crossed it and got that bull indicator, it went from 37 cents all the way to 65 cents. And here we are at around 28 cents. And then to the upside, the first resistance is 35 cents, guys. That is a critical level of resistance. If that could be turned into support and start that staircase effect, the next resistance above that will be 45 cents. Way back up here before that bear indicator popped up back on November 2nd. And then if you look at it here with the volatility as well, on the 15-minute chart, you could see that it continues to hold itself down below the midpoint here. I'm going to be watching as it's green right now, if it can bring itself back up and even cross it to the upside with strength. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below about that new GM, also director, and also what you feel about Mullen moving forward, because this is very interesting how it's falling, yet all this great news and all this growth story behind it. It's just becoming like, what? The shorts really are putting that much pressure? What do you think? As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.